Salute. How y'all doing? My name is Derrick Williams. Shout out and respect due to my newest subscribers, Super Demon Uchiha, Pamela Rainey, 100 to Life, A Fat Girl's Journey, Sergeant Hunter TV Allen, Zena Beliza, Eileen's Food Hub, Mickey XOXO, California Dreaming in NYC, Sean and Shay's World, Mr. Brady Channel, Faisal Ali, and two other channels that I believed I recognized in previous videos, but I'm going to call them out again. The Eminem Show, two beautiful young ladies by the name of Michaela and Makai, and the SNL crew. And of course myself, I'm just one boy. In the comment section on YouTube, the title of this presentation will be called Dumb People with Smartphones. To my knowledge, I follow a lot of people on YouTube, and no one has ever said, or I've never heard anyone use the phrase what I tell my daughter all the time: don't be a dumb person with a smartphone. And the reason why I say this is because you find so many people that have all the gadgets, but they cannot tell you important dates in history. They can't get from one end of town to the other without referring to the GPS. And you always hear people saying, just Google it, and things like that. But the brain itself is an infinite and delicately and beautifully designed organ within itself. But just like any other muscle, it has to be used. It has to be worked. It has to work in order to perform optimally. But we have just deferred all our learning capacity to the machines, to technology. And I think that's going to be man's undoing one day. And it's already starting to bear out now because, again, like I said, people can't get from one end of town to the other without referring to their GPS and things like that. I mean, you have so many people that are essentially brain dead, zombies almost. All right. And this should be of concern, because if you're a parent, if you're like that and your kids don't see you at home, if your kids, in other words, if your children see you seeking knowledge and trying to be intellectual and research and being a critical thinker, some of that probably will rub off on them. But if all you do is just sit and scroll through Facebook all day, or watch reality TV all day, or defer all your brain power to technology, then you wonder why they'll end up like zombies, if you understand what I mean. But I'm going to show you this presentation, a small presentation done by Mike Adams. He can speak much more eloquently than I, but it's essentially the same thing. So I'm going to step aside. All y'all take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.
The more of an intelligent, informed person you are, the more you're probably noticing that the people around you are becoming increasingly stupid. The world is being dumbed down, and it's for some very logical reasons that aren't going away anytime soon. So get ready for the wave of stupidity to descend upon humanity. It has already begun, and part of it is because of course, from smartphones. That's right, smartphones make people stupid. And it's not just the smartphones themselves, it's really all technology that takes away the mental practice that people used to have to engage in, is sort of moving the cognitive exercise away from the human brain and onto the circuits, the processors, the CPUs, the software of the digital devices such as Androids, smartphones, iPhones, and so on. But that's just the beginning. We have computers that have taken away really the memories of people. Before the internet, you used to have to memorize a lot of things and keep a lot of information in your head. Now you just look it up online. So you're getting bad information now, and then they believe whatever they read. And so you have a population that has lost its collective memory. The people don't know anything anymore. They're really becoming just extensions of whatever narrative is being pushed online or by the search engines or Wikipedia, which is a complete fraud. Nevertheless, like you, I feel like I live in a world where we're surrounded by increasingly idiotic individuals. And there is a dumbing down that's happening out there for reasons that we've talked about. Fluoride in the water literally makes you stupid. The scientific studies talk about the IQ drop from drinking fluoride. There's lead in the water, right? Flint, Michigan, and other places. And lead makes you stupid too. It causes mental retardation as one of its primary side effects. And then we've had this story recently about all these over-the-counter medications, like cold medicines and such, that also dumb you down and make you stupid. It's hard to explain concepts of reality, which are complex, to a population that's just totally dumbed down. Like, how do you explain economics to people who can't do math? How do you explain compounding interest on the debt? How do you explain the creation of new money by a central bank and the resulting devaluation of the currency in circulation? How does a democracy survive when the voters are incredibly stupid? If the voters have no concept of anything other than they're going to live on their next paycheck and eat at McDonald's and get their vaccine shot and watch Fight Night on TV tonight, if that's their world, how are we supposed to have a sane, competent, representational democracy or republic? And the answer is, ultimately, you can't. Because the government reflects the intelligence of the people. And as the people are getting dumbed down, the government becomes more corrupt. The government becomes larger and more corrupt because there are fewer people standing up against it and demanding competent, efficient government. So government becomes inefficient and bloated. It becomes a mass of waste and fraud. And then people keep voting for it because, the corporations run the ads on TV that tell you, oh, Hillary Clinton cares about you. But if you're stupid enough to believe that, then you might vote for her, you see. So the real issue is that a society based on a voting system where the votes are cast by people who are incredibly dumbed down because in part of technology taking over for their brains, and also in part because of the chemicals in the drugs and the fluoride, then that society cannot survive. So that's the society that we live in, you and I. We care. We care about people. We care about our future. And we're smart enough to understand that the current system can't deliver that future because it's bound to fail.